It's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. I think we're just going to keep working on these little rain dishes that we started yesterday. Let's check them out. They're a bit wet, but I think we could do a bit of trimming on them right now. I think that would be fine. Might not actually finish them, but I think we could just kind of work on this for now, and then I don't know, maybe we'll like slab some other plates together or something. I didn't have anything specific to do for the stream. Sorry, let me put the light on. Perfect. I'm gonna like move this a little bit. So the sides are cracking just a little bit from bending it. I think it will be okay if I just kind of put some pressure on the area. And just kind of like move the clay around. I hope that fixes it. I actually I haven't had any issues with the slab built plates that I've made. And I've made quite a few. Like a good number. So I think these will be fine. It's not quite leather hard, but we can work on it for a little bit, I think. And then maybe we'll, I don't know, I suppose maybe we'll just like make some more. I would love to have more just like small little dishes like this. I think they're perfect for just throwing down like maybe a couple rings, maybe some earrings in there, or I don't know, you could put it on your desk and put things on it too. I have like a very tiny little dish where I put my like AirPods, and that's just kind of like my designated like AirPod spot, so I don't lose them. So I think we'll just do a bit of carving down here in the bottom, see how much we can get out of here, and then we'll go up to the top and maybe just kind of like smooth out a little bit of this, carve like a bit of the sides are a little chunky, so just kind of carve like a bit of that off, but there's not too much to do here compared to some of the other projects that we do. And I'm just using a loop tool here. These come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. I think this one's really great for just kind of like setting the depth that I want. And then I'll use like maybe this like larger, flatter one to just like smooth it out basically. Because we do kind of have these little uneven lines that this one happens to form. Oops. The larger loop tools also take out quite a bit. Like it's really easy to take out too much, especially when it's not even leather hard like it is right now. So I just kind of, I don't know. I lean towards, sometimes, like for now, I lean towards things that take a little bit longer to do, just to be on the safe side. Let's check the depth. Okay, we're doing pretty, like, okay. I generally like to make this deep enough that I can put some glaze down here. Because if I don't put any glaze here, then I have to sand it after it comes out of the kiln, and I don't like sanding huge areas all that much. It takes like so long. It takes a bit longer to sand than if it was just the foot. So if we're able to get a good depth for glazing this, that would be great. Yeah. We won't even need to exactly carve out anything from the top portion either. We could if we wanted to smooth it out, but we could just smooth it out with some pressure too, if you wanted to do that. Oh, next week I will be figuring out, I will hear back if I got into that craft market that I wanted to be in. If I do get into it, I might be switching some things around and possibly doing a little bit more of a focus on certain types of items. So like I think it'd be really great to have maybe a couple more of these small little ring dishes, more small little vases, or just like I also want to do regular vases too, but we won't be doing that on the stream. I'm just gonna try to wheel throw those. But there may be a little bit of repetition, such as like just making things that we have already made on the stream, just in that way, because I like I need to get things done, like and this is like, I don't know, it's a good chunk of time for me to be like making stuff. So I might be making certain things like some more plates or these little ring dishes, and I want to try to like mix things up and not be too repetitive content wise, but just for the sake of like getting some stuff done for the market. Time's kind of precious. The market only gives me like, I think the market is in May, so if I got confirmation I'm in it next week, that gives me like, well, like 2 months to work on stuff, but like that's not really a lot of time considering like ceramics. Kind of, I don't know, like in a certain way, because there's a long period of time that it takes to get stuff fired. So like when I take it to get fired, and then maybe about a week goes by until I can pick it up, and that's just the bisque. So like timesing that by 2, basically I don't know. I kind of have to be like really careful about how I am finishing stuff and like at what point everything is finished and ready to go into like a glazed kiln, and then giving myself enough time to like get it back before the market. Like all of that, like lining up the bisque, lining up the glazed firing, and all of that. So like and obviously like I don't know like when exactly I'm going to get things back. I think generally it's about a week to get the glaze pieces back, but like you never know. So I can't just like perfectly line it up to like get them back like a couple days before the market. Like maybe I would want to get them back like a week before it. I think that would be a good amount of like a buffer. I would also need to like sand them down, and preferably take some pictures of them before taking them to the market. And also pricing. Pricing is a thing. It doesn't really take me that long to price things out. I have like a decent system, maybe. Well, it doesn't take that long, at least. But like, I don't know. It's just another thing that has to be done. So I'm just gonna like smooth this out, and I think we'll be done carving into like down into this. I'm not really carving too much. I'm really just like getting any of those bumps out. I think once we carve into the sides, like right here, it's very wet. I think once we carve a bit into the sides, we might have to just kind of like let it sit and dry out. But we do have that other one that we can work on too, which is great. Why is this thing all black? It has like little black fingerprints on it. I don't know what happened there. It should be fine. It most likely wouldn't show once it gets fired. What else do we have going on? Just so you know, I changed the schedule for today to show that I would be streaming at 2:30, but I'm gonna be changing the schedule back to our normal 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. I'm gonna try to remember to do that tonight. But I just had like a work thing during our normal stream time, so I had to change it. But otherwise, we will be going back to our regular schedule. If you didn't see yesterday's stream, I did a little shop haul and showed all the things that I got at the ceramics store. If you want to check that out, I don't know, like some people like watching those or something. I don't know. I got some cool little tools, and mostly I got some underglazes. I got a few more glazes. Just getting kind of like a back stock of one that I already use, and then I got a couple more just to kind of test them out and see how I like them. Actually, I think I'm going to flip it and work on like maybe carving the chunk of clay off of the back here. Yeah, and then so that only took like, I don't know, that was like maybe half of the video. And then we cut out cut out 2 trinket dishes, or like ring dishes, these things, from a slab and shaped them. I do have a specific tutorial on how to do this on the YouTube channel. So it's at Callie & Co. It's not specifically like this size, but it's like it's like a tiny bit bigger. It's the same concept though. If you want to check that out or save it for later or something. I don't have too many tutorials on the YouTube channel right now. We have how to slab build a small plate, which is this one that I'm talking about right now. And then there's like how to make a pinch pot, and how to make a ceramic paint palette. So random. We have 2 very basic ones, and then just random how to make a paint palette. A lot of people like that one though, so I don't know. Check it out, I guess. When I did the stream, like I noticed a lot of people were watching that stream. So I was like, oh, these people probably want to know how to make that paint palette. So I made a dedicated video for it. That's like why. But I'm trying to think of like other videos to make. I have like all kinds of ideas that I would like to get to, but definitely with the possibility of the market coming up and like possibly selling things there. I'd want to put the video thing on hold at the moment and try to make some stuff in case I get in. I mean, if I don't, it's fine. I can sell these online too. But yeah, that's I don't know, I'm just trying to like work on this instead of doing any videos at the moment. But I have all kinds of ideas for more YouTube videos. I would like to make some on like all the basics, so like the differences between the different clay bodies, like how do you choose what kind of clay body you want to work with. Kind of goes with like, I don't know, I mean, I would say that mostly goes with like where are you able to fire your pottery ceramics, but just like, I don't know, stuff like that, stuff about like so you'd say like low fire, mid fire, or high fire, and then like those generally reference like cone numbers, and then like, I don't know, just kind of like a video that also explains like what are cones, why do pieces get bisqued, what does the whole ceramic process look like from start to end. Because like when I first started doing ceramics, I had I knew that they used a kiln and you like put stuff in a kiln, but I didn't know that generally most people will fire their ceramics twice. So you do a bisque and then the glaze firing. I have no idea that happened. But I think it'd be a really good video for just like anybody that's getting started, or anybody that like buys ceramics and wants to just kind of like take a look at like what the process actually looks like from start to finish, like how much time gets put into one piece, and like why do ceramics cost, you know, so much? Why do they cost more than the stuff that you get at the store, and just all kinds of things like that. I think it'd be great for just like anybody like getting started, but also people that like buy ceramics, which is like everyone. Like who doesn't buy ceramics? Like I know you guys have some ceramic plates and bowls and mugs and stuff. Maybe, possibly not cups, but who knows. But like everybody has ceramic things. And it's like, why should you upgrade to like a handmade piece? And I don't know, just informational stuff. But yeah, that's kind of on the back burner right now. And I am thinking about adding some other things to the channel, still continuing to do some videos that are like small handmade business related. I do have a few videos on the channel for that right now. Topics like how to print out shipping labels, like if you're printing out shipping labels, like it's a lot faster and efficient than like taking an order in the box to the post office or to wherever, FedEx or US or UPS, and then having them like weigh it, measure it, and like do all of that stuff. Like if you do it yourself, it's so much faster, and you're going to save money by if you go through there are different companies. I don't know what you would call the name of these kinds of companies, but it's stuff like ShipStation, Pirate Ship. I know for sure those two companies are ones that offer discounts with shipping providers if you go to them. It's really weird. Like, why do they give me a discount for shipping this? I don't know, but they do, and there's no scam. It sounds like a scam, but there isn't. And like just basically, I think that and like my video on like shipping orders out also goes over like how to use a thermal printer, which is what I use to print labels. You don't have to use a thermal printer, but if you're a small business and like that is what you plan on doing, like running your business for the long term, it's going to save you money because the thermal printer doesn't require ink to print the label. All you have to do is get like the printer labels, like the label printer. You have to get the printer, the thermal printer, and the little labels, but the labels really don't cost like anything. They barely cost anything at all, unlike ink. And that's all you need to make the labels. It might be a bit of an investment if you're a very small business, like you're very, very, very small. But it's a good investment though, I think. So, I mean, you could like create labels and then get them printed on a regular printer. Just in the long term, using that ink is going to be costly. Because the thermal printer it doesn't use any ink, and it basically is like how receipts are printed. It burns the paper like in the shape of text and barcodes, which is like literally like I was like mind blown when I found out about this, and I don't think a lot of people know about thermal printers. But it's very cool to check out if you do have a little small business or you plan on making one. You can like, if you are someone that doesn't have a small business, but like you want to ship stuff out, You can like still use stuff like Pirate Ship or ShipStation. You don't have to be a business or anything. So I should actually do that for my mom. Set up a label for her, because like you can save like a couple dollars, especially like, well, it depends on like how big the package is. Maybe if it was bigger, you'd save even more. I'm not sure. But my mom ships me my Christmas presents. She's so nice. So like I go there for Christmas, open up the presents, and then she ships them to me when I get back home. So something like that, like she can save money by using something like these places where you can buy shipping labels, and then just like print it off on a home printer. You don't have to have a thermal printer for it. Anyway, very cool. Definitely something to think about if you ship anything at all. This is like a bit, it's still pretty wet. I think maybe we will leave it here and work on the other one. It's so like, I can definitely like push this into different shapes still. So I think I just want to put this off to the side, and I think we'll work on the other one for now. My YouTube also has, this one's like pretty wet. I don't know how much we can do with this one. We'll see. My YouTube also has like an art book tour. I mentioned this on yesterday's video. I just show like the books that I have. I have a lot of art books because I practice a lot of art media. And I just kind of like flip through them and show you what the inside actually looks like. I haven't read all of them, but if it is something that I have read or recommend, I have one that is just like kind of like the art history books that I got in college. Those are great. Just, you know, really great textbooks if you want to learn more about obviously art history type of topics, like why certain paintings are famous, like the meanings behind them, the significance of certain art movements. So great. So many great topics are in those books. I don't have a lot of art history books, but the ones I do have, they are really good. Or I have other ones that are just like general for a variety of artists. I have ones for like creating a business from your art, all kinds of ones like that. I haven't gotten through like all of them, but I can kind of like, I flip through them and show you what kind of contents are in it. I show the contents page, and all of that. I just know like from I love buying art books, but sometimes you can't even get like pictures of the inside. You're like, what is even in this book? They won't tell you. So that's kind of like why I created my art book tour, and it's its own playlist on my YouTube, and it sections out the different types of books that I have. So you don't have to watch one giant long video. You can select the one that you want to watch, like ceramics, general art topics, graphic design, illustration. I don't know if I have a dedicated illustration one. I don't have a lot of illustration books, but as an example, I made this a little while ago, so I can't quite remember what videos are there, but there's definitely that. I have ones that are like, I don't know, I just have books about color, which are fun, or paint making, like how to make your own paint, which is like so cool. I don't know, just all kinds of that stuff. I have a video on how I edit videos in Adobe Rush, which is like, I'm definitely no pro or anything to video editing or using Rush, but that's what I use to create those videos, like the art book tour, like all of my videos. All of the ones that are not the live stream and are the ones that are actually edited. I think it's pretty easy to use. It's very basic. It's so much more basic than using Premiere Pro. I literally could not open Premiere Pro, and that's why I ended up using Rush. But I think it's fine for anybody that is not a video editor. You just want to make certain edits to videos, maybe for your Instagram, and you happen to have access to Adobe products. Like that's what I use for making Instagram videos. And I don't know, just those things, like nothing, you don't have to do anything complicated in it. And it's pretty like bare bones in a way. There's even more than that, but I think just because it is a lot less than Premiere Pro, that it's easier to navigate and figure out what to, like, how to do the things that you want to do. Like, how do I speed up the video in certain sections? How do I edit the color of the video for different sections, or add a voiceover to it? And I don't know, it has all the things that any basic video editor would want. It has it. Yeah. Well, that's like it's like a pretty good overview of what I have on there. I have some other very specific videos, like very, very specific videos, like how to edit, or not how to edit, like how to like create mock-ups of paintings in Canva or Adobe. I don't know, I think that's really great because a lot of painters don't use Adobe products. So it's a great thing for painters to know. And you will probably see a lot of mock-ups on, say, Etsy, if you're shopping around and you see like all these beautiful like sceneries that people are showcasing like paintings in. Like that's probably a mock-up. A really good example of what a mock-up is definitely, for sure, like 99% of the time, if you see, if you're on Etsy and you see like a custom made t-shirt, like, and the text is on that t-shirt, or like a picture's on it, like probably a mock-up. And it's just like, it's basically just like applying like your art or text, maybe a photo, to, it's like specially applying it to another photo. And it makes it look real. It makes it look very like realistic, very professional and polished. If this is making any sense. It's kind of hard to explain what a mock-up is. It's generally used by graphic designers, but I've definitely seen it on Etsy for product photography. Because instead of having to take all of your own photos, you can create you can just take like your photo and then like put that inside a better looking one in a certain sense. I think if you just I think if you like just googled like graphic design mock-up, I think you would maybe see what I mean. I'm not sure. It's hard to describe if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Or watch my video. It will explain. It'll explain what I mean with actual visuals. Yeah. I do have like a couple, or I do have like one video on the YouTube that kind of like explains like my art journey and like how I got into art. I don't think it specifically is, I don't think it's updated to like say like how I started in ceramics. But it just kind of goes over like just all the basics of like my art journey. Like I didn't have art classes in high school. I did art just like being like self-taught, and then just like stuff about like the different classes and stuff that I took in college and all of that. And then I think starting my business, I think all of that is kind of like wrapped up into one video. I think I could update it probably with like including my kind of like ceramics journey. I think it's really helpful to hear about people's journeys, like how they got to where they are. I'm not like successful in any way, but like, I don't know. It's really interesting to hear like how people got to where they are, like in their career, and like, I don't know, like I hope that like if somebody was in like maybe middle school or high school, saw it and was like maybe inspired to be an artist, I think that would be really cool. Because like I didn't have any kind of like art classes in high school, and I hope that wouldn't like discourage someone from going to college for art. I think that could definitely be discouraging. Like you've never done any of it or something, and you had no idea where to start even. You wouldn't even know like what major you would go into. Like I think that could be really daunting and discouraging, but I hope that like my story maybe inspires people. I think particularly if I added a like extension or updated the video with my ceramics journey, it could also be inspiring, because I never took any ceramics classes in primary school or in college. So, but now here I am doing it, doing cool things, showing you all what I'm doing. And like, I don't know, just, I think sharing like how you got to a certain place, and maybe if it isn't the norm, can inspire people that are kind like maybe in that same boat. And I don't know, all of that, like it's, you know, the general idea of like it's never too late to try something new. And I don't know, that's just kind of like what I'm thinking is like, to try something new. Jump in feet first, maybe? Is that the saying? Something about flying by the seat of your pants, maybe. But like there's so many people, like even people that like, especially people that do not think that they can do art. I think there are a lot of people when they get to a retirement age, that's what they turn to, is they turn to making art, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like I love doing this. But like, what if you didn't wait until you were retired to start trying out different art, like art media? Like, what if you did that right now and you fell in love with something, you know? Like, that would be awesome. Like, I'm here, like, rooting for you. And, like, I don't know. I think there are a lot of people that are, like, intimidated by art. Or, like, I don't know. They just have this, like, idea that I don't know where it came from, but it came from somewhere that they can't do art. But it's like there's so many different things to do. Like, how do you know that you can't do it if you've never done it? Or how do you know that you don't like it if you haven't tried it? Like, I don't know, just I hope people take a step back and like think about that. Like, that was 100% me. Like I always just thought like I don't know, like my friend suggested that I take a ceramics class in college, and I was just like, I don't even know what I would make. Like, I don't think I would have any ideas of like cool things to make. Like, and that's the worst feeling, is like not having any ideas when you're trying to make something. It's the worst. You know, you're looking at a blank canvas and you don't know what to paint, basically. Like, it's kind of like the worst feeling. And that's what I thought. I was like, I have no idea like what I would even like make or do. And I don't know why that like stopped me. It also just kind of like didn't really make sense, because I went to school to be a graphic designer, and that it literally had nothing to do with that. Like, I took a lot of painting classes, almost as many as a painting major. You can't double major in art, but I would have if that was a thing. So I was trying to like bulk up on like all these painting classes and stuff, because that's what I thought I really liked doing. And I just didn't really have like room to just randomly take a class that had nothing to do with my major. Like, every class that I took, was like specifically planned. Like, I specifically planned to take it because it would benefit me. So like ceramics just had nothing to do there. And I was just like, why? So like, I'm one of those people. I didn't think that I would, like, I had no idea how much I would love doing it until I actually sat down and tried it. And obviously that's really hard to do with a lot of like media. Just like, you'd have to spend a lot of money to like try all kinds of things. But if something is just like calling to you, you know, you see it on Instagram or something, or you watch artists make it on YouTube, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, and you're always thinking about it, I would like encourage you to probably learn about the process and like see if you're okay with it. If that makes sense. Like, I know that I would not want to do certain art media because I don't like what's involved in the process. So, although I look at resin art and I'm like, that is so cool, I love what they're doing, I don't like wearing a mask while I'm working. And you have to do that. You have to wear a mask while you're working with resin. So, like, there's an example, like, that's something that is something to consider. Like, would I want to, am I okay with this stuff that is required for this work? Or clay. Like, if you try working with clay and you are disgusted by how it feels, that might be a deterrent. You won't know until you try it, but it's something to consider. Or, like, is it possible for you to try it? Like, if you wanted to try welding, like, how would you do that? Is there a place where you can go to learn about it and do it? Or, like how would you do that? If you're in, like, a very small town, you probably don't have access to a kiln to fire your pieces in. So that could be a bit of a barrier. So I would say, like, first, like, look into the process. What is involved? What kinds of tools would you need to do to use it? Do you have access to that? All of that kind of stuff. But anything that's really calling to you, I feel like is worth trying out and checking out. Because you never know. You never know where it's going to lead you. And sometimes that takes time. Like, if you're really young, like, maybe you don't have the money to do that, like, at the moment. All kinds of things. Maybe you don't have the certain kind of storage space that you need to do certain things. I don't know. But I really would encourage people to pursue, like, some sort of art form if they haven't ever done that. Same thing with, like, crafts too. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, arts and crafts are not that different, but I just feel like the words, like, insinuate certain things. If I'm only saying art, you're not gonna be thinking about knitting or cross stitching. Like, you're gonna be thinking about painting or, I don't know, probably ceramics, because that's what we do here. But, like, I'm just saying, any of the things, any of these things about, like, trying out something new definitely applies to any kind of craft, knitting, sewing, making bath bombs. These are all things that I do also. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, try it out. You might find that it's easier than you thought, and it's a lot of fun, and you love it, and you can't imagine not ever trying it out in the first place or something. Yeah. If you want to get started with ceramics, if you are in a pretty large city, there is a good chance you can find a ceramic studio there. And most studios will offer classes. A lot of them will offer, like, a one-time class where you go and you can try it out, or they will offer ones that last like multiple weeks that you can also try out. And like, I don't know, sometimes they're specific to wheel throwing, sometimes they're specific to hand building, or maybe it's a mix of both. You'd have to kind of just see what they offer. But if you're able to, I would try that out. If you're in college, maybe you would maybe consider taking the college course on it. Obviously, like, that's more expensive, but I don't know. Maybe that just works out better for you in terms of like credits or something. I don't know. Definitely, you're gonna get so much more out of a college course than taking a class as studio. Because I think a lot of the time the studio ones, it's just one-off people and they're not like serious about learning all the things. They just want to make a fun little cup or something. It definitely is like a certain vibe. Like, they're just there to have fun. Where like if you are taking like the college course, you're probably a little bit more serious about learning all of the aspects of glazes and clays and how they work together, and much more in-depth knowledge. It's so much easier to learn about it in a college course, I think, because I took both. I started off with taking a studio class that was a couple weeks long, and I like didn't learn very much at all. Like, I learned how to make stuff and sort of like how to throw it on the wheel, but I didn't learn all of that in-depth knowledge about like how different clay bodies react to different glazes differently, how you can fire kilns and oxidation, reduction, how that affects the glaze turnout, like all of these like details. Or like, I didn't learn anything about underglazes in the studio class that I took, but then it was an option for me to use in the college course that I did. Like, if you think you're gonna be pretty serious about it, I would highly recommend a college course. And of course, a lot of colleges will offer ones that are like at night. If you happen to work like 8 to 5 like I do, that is sometimes an option. But if you just like don't have access to either of those, for some reason, you can also try, I would recommend Crayola's air dry clay. It is not the same as real clay, but that one in particular, out of the ones that I have tried, it's the most similar to real clay. It's not the same, but it's similar in like how you can sculpt it, and you can use water to like apply pressure and like move things around and join pieces. It's pretty similar. It's just that obviously, because it's air dry clay, it's not ceramic, and you cannot put glaze on it. You would put paint on it and then coat that with resin to seal the paint so it doesn't chip off. But like, obviously you can't eat from that, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure you can't. And don't do anything crazy like making ashtrays out of it or something. Like, just, I don't know. I would just say like trinket dishes, put rings and earrings and bracelets on them, like nothing crazy like cigarettes or something. I did see that on Reddit. Somebody made an ashtray out of, it was either polymer clay or air dry clay, and someone like said like, do not do that, like that's a fire hazard or something. I don't know, but There's nothing wrong with making trinket dishes, though, or jewelry dishes. Like, they're so fun, and you can do so many things with them. Jason and I were doing some air dried clay because he is completely opposed to using real clay. He says it feels weird or something. I don't know. So we used air dried clay, and he made a little like pinch pot with for him to put his coins in. He prefers using like cash over like credit cards, so he always has change literally laying around everywhere. So I don't know, you can make all kinds of fun stuff with air dry clay. But just know that it is not food safe as far as I am aware. Yes. I don't know, but it's possible maybe there's like a certain type of resin that you could use that would make it food safe. I don't know a ton about resin though, so that's kind of something you would have to look into. Yeah. I think we just have I started the stream a little late, so we're just gonna end it a little bit past 2:30. Just got like a couple of questions, or not questions, a couple of minutes left. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it for our stream. I'll show some stuff that I made off the stream. So I just put this over here real quick. Actually, I should wrap them up because I might forget. So I'm just gonna wrap these up, and then maybe tomorrow we can finish working on them. There's really not much to do with them. Nothing complicated. I don't know. Maybe we'll just start a new project tomorrow. I'll just kind of see what I feel like doing. But I made some fun stuff yesterday. I did a bit of wheel throwing because since I went to the ceramic store, I got some more clay to work with. So I'm working on... It's definitely not like polished or anything fancy. I really need to like get my wheel throwing skills back. I forgot like a lot of it, and like now, like I used to make a pot in like 15 minutes or so, and that's I think that might be including wedging, I'm not sure. And now it takes me like forever to make something. So I need to get my skills up before we start doing any wheel throwing on the stream. But I thought this was kind of fun. I don't think I've ever made like a cup that has like the little squiggly walls, but it's a pretty decent sized cup at the moment. Definitely gonna shrink after a little bit, but I'm hoping it'll be a decent size even once it's gone down a little bit. When I wheel throw, I like to have some references. Like, I don't know why. I'm just like in a different world when I'm throwing. So at least comparing this to a pretty decent size cup. I mean, definitely not like a large tumbler or anything, but you can kind of see like a size comparison. So I think it'll be roughly maybe about probably a little bit more ounce wise for like holding a little bit more than this cup, but I think it's pretty cool. I have some bowls over here too for me to reference while I'm throwing, and then I just have like some they just kind of look like little slab cups, really. I'm still like mourning the loss of our 3 slab cups. that I had to scrap. So I have like kind of remade them. This one, you can see it's like it really tapers towards the bottom, and then this doesn't quite so much. So this bottom is like super thick. So they look similar in shape right now, but I think this one's gonna look, I don't know, maybe this one will turn into a vase, or maybe it could be used either as a vase or a cup. I mean, there's really nothing stopping you except like the size. But I think this will be a very similar size to a cup. But yeah, so that's what I have for what I threw on the wheel yesterday. Nothing crazy exciting, but I'm just kind of like looking to make some more normal stuff to add to the shop. You know, cups, bowls, maybe some plates, because like right now the shop has a lot of miniature stuff. It has like tiny little pinch pots, tiny vases, and I just want to add some normal sized pieces to it. So yeah, so I'm just kind of like working on that right now. These are really dry, so I'm going to have to spray them down. But yeah, just some stuff that I made yesterday. And I think I'll trim these this weekend, and they'll be ready for bisque soon. Probably won't go into the next bisque that I do. I have quite a few things that are ready to go into the bisque right now, but probably the one after that. Yeah, well, that is our time. And yeah, so, well, thank you so much for watching and tuning into the stream. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to follow along so you know when I jump on for streams. I try to keep it consistent, but sometimes I have to change it. Yeah, all the videos will be uploaded to the YouTube. That again is Callie and Co. There we have a full playlist of the Ceramic Hour videos. There's like over 100 if you want something to watch. It will definitely cover a large quantity of time. We make all kinds of stuff on the videos. We have like basically the whole ceramic process, from building, trimming, underglazing, glazing, the whole shebang is in there if you want to check that out. And then again, I mentioned we have other videos on there too, ceramic tutorials, stuff for small handmade businesses, stuff for just like general artists. And yeah, be sure to subscribe there. And that's our video for today. I will be back with the stream tomorrow at our usual time from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it or learned something, and I'll catch you later. All right, bye.